What might have been, what could have been, what should have been, none of it matters. The only thing that counts is what is. Until you accept that, you will keep making decisions based on fantasy instead of reality. You don't get to choose how life unfolds, but you do get to decide how you respond.
A dream is beautiful. It's the final masterpiece in your mind. But the road to that dream, that's where the nightmares live. Setbacks, failures, pain, the unexpected punches life throws at you when you least expect them. Right now, it may feel like all you have is the struggle, like the world has forgotten you, like you're fighting a battle no one else can see.
But here's the truth. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. Every hardship, every silent war inside your mind, every moment where you feel like giving up is shaping you into someone stronger than you were before. But only if you refuse to break. Only if you refuse to let the pain define you.
Stop waiting for sympathy. Stop identifying with failure. Stop looking for a perfect moment that will never come. Start identifying what works. Start focusing on solutions. Because at the end of the day, 1 + 1 will always equal 2. You can cry about the unfairness of life, or you can start doing the math and figure out how to make things work in your favor.
When life knocks you down, when everything you planned falls apart, when it feels like the universe itself has given up on you, remember this: you will survive, you can overcome, and no matter how dark it gets, you were built to handle it. Because if you're still breathing, you still have a chance.
Your heart beats 4,000 times every hour. 4,000 reminders that you are still alive. And if you're still alive, that means the fight isn't over. That means you still have a shot to change your story. So make it count.
Anything worth doing is worth failing at. Because success is not a straight line. It's messy, it's painful, it's full of mistakes, embarrassments, and days where you wonder if you're even meant to do this. But if you're gonna give your life to something, make sure it's something worth failing over.
Let go of the lies, burn them down, and listen to the truth. The truth is this: if you are willing to pay the price, if you are willing to put in the work, if you are willing to get back up every time life knocks you down, you can make it. Not if things get easy. Not if the world suddenly becomes fair. You make it because you refuse to quit.
We all face situations that feel impossible to change. It's easy to believe that things will never work out, that the obstacles are too big, that the pain will never go away. Depression feels like a mountain that will always be there. Struggles at work, people standing in your way, a financial hole that feels too deep to climb out of. But listen to, This is a new day. That mountain, it's about to be turned into a molehill.
If you don't have a purpose greater than yourself, you will never feel truly alive. Because a life lived only for yourself is empty. No matter how much money, success, or comfort you gain, there will always be something missing. Find something worth fighting for, something bigger than you.
You will want to rest. You will feel like you need a break. But most of the time, that feeling isn't about needing rest, it's about wanting an easier path. It's the temptation of comfort, the pull of mediocrity disguised as self-care. And if you're not careful, you will convince yourself that quitting was the right choice.
Society is counting on you to quit. Because if you quit, you stay stuck. If you quit, you stay dependent. If you quit, you become another person waiting for life to be handed to them instead of going out and taking it. You have two choices: accept the easy way out or fight for the life you want. On your way to success, people will try to talk you out. They will tell you to be realistic. They will tell you that you don't have what it takes, that you can't win. They will say the game is rigged against you, that success is for other people. Ignore them. They don't decide your future. Your dream is greater than your life. Your purpose is greater than your pain. The struggle is temporary, but the reward, that lasts forever. He who endures to the end shall be saved. You may weep in the night, but joy is coming in the morning.
Strength and weakness are two sides of the same coin. Your greatest strength, it was once your greatest weakness. I have weaknesses, but I refuse to accept them as my identity. I fight, I struggle, I claw my way forward because I know there is more inside me. Dreams don't come true without sacrifice. That's why so many people give up, because they aren't willing to pay the price. They start strong, but as soon as it gets difficult, they walk away, and that's when dreams turn into nightmares. Because regret will haunt you forever. Your demons, they live in those nightmares. They wait for the moments when you doubt yourself. They remind you of every failure, every embarrassment, every wound from your past, but you're about to face them head on. You're about to show them who you really are.
This is where most people turn back. This is where most people decide they've had enough. But you are not most people, so what are you going to do?
Everyone goes through moments of doubt and despair. It happens to the best of us. But if you don't learn how to protect your mindset, that negativity will chip away at you little by little until there's nothing left.
The belief is simple. You don't do things that don't serve you. You only have so much energy. You only have so much focus. You only have so much ability to choose what you're going to do, who you're going to be, and what your identity will become. So why would you waste that on things that drag you down? Some people walk through life like victims. They believe there's an Olympics for the saddest story, like the world is handing out gold medals for misery. But here's the truth. The world doesn't reward suffering. It rewards those who refuse to be broken by it.
When your mind is full of pain from the past, there's no space for dreams, no room for goals, no energy for the actions that could change your life, because you're too busy reliving old wounds instead of moving forward. If you want to step into greatness, if you want to live a life of fulfillment, success, and health, then you have to be willing to go against the tide. You have to say enough. You have to declare, I'm in control here. This will not break me. No matter how bad things seem, no matter how many times you've fallen, you have to decide that you are coming back stronger, wiser, better, because nobody else is going to do it for you.
You have to stand for something. You have to stand for your dreams. You have to stand for your peace of mind, for your health, for the life you know you deserve. And if you really want it, you go all in. It's not going to be easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it. But if you're serious, you go all out. You wake up every single day and you fight for it.
Every day, I get back up. Every day, I push forward, fists clenched, teeth gritted, determined to be better than I was yesterday. You think the people who made it had it easy? You think the people you admire haven't suffered? Every successful person you see has been through hell. The difference? They didn't stop there. Some people wear their struggles like a badge of honor, using them as an excuse to stay where they are. That mentality disgusts me. Life isn't about sitting in the past, complaining about how hard things have been. Life is about getting up and saying, what now? So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna sit there forever talking about all the reasons why life has been unfair, or are you gonna learn what you need to learn and move forward?
That inner voice, the one telling you that you're not good enough, it's always there. Even when you don't want to hear it, it's whispering. You can't do this. You're going to fail. You should just give up. You have to fight that voice. You have to learn how to shut it down. You have to stand up inside yourself and say, enough. I am stronger than this. I will not let this break me.
Because here's the truth. Winners don't have a plan B. Plan B is for people who expect to fail. Every successful person you admire, they had one plan, wine or die trying. Some of you have been average for so long, you don't even know what hard work feels like. Some of you want more out of life, but you have no idea how to get it. Let me tell you something, it starts today. It starts now.
This is about mindset. Maybe it's true. Maybe someone out there is hungrier than you. Maybe someone out there wants it more. Maybe someone out there is working harder while you're making excuses. If that's true, then you better wake up, because they are coming for everything you have. So what's your move? Are you gonna let life knock you down and keep you there, or are you gonna get up and walk? Because that's the only way to win. People will look at you and think you have it all figured out. They'll think success was handed to you. What they won't see, the thousands of steps you had to take, the moments of doubt, the nights of struggle, the times you wanted to quit but didn't.
If you want to achieve something great, you have to sell yourself on one simple truth. It's possible. And if it's possible, then it's up to you to make it happen. Every book I've read, every seminar I've attended, every lesson I've learned it, all pointed to one thing. Everything matters. Every choice, every habit, every small step. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. I became obsessed with becoming the best version of myself. And if that meant being unbalanced for a while, so be it. People say you need balance. But let me tell you something. If you want to be the best in the world at what you do, you can't afford balance. You need to go all in, because obsessions become possessions. And if you spend your days obsessed with your fears, with your doubts, with your past, then that's all you'll ever have. Most people want life to be easy, but easy come, easy go. So whatever you have to do to it, because if you don't, life will break you until you surrender. Take that step every single day, no matter what you're facing, no matter how hard it feels. Get up and start walking. Every time you lose, ask yourself, what did I gain from it? People say, you gotta jump right back up, get back on your feet as fast as possible. I disagree. When you lose, when you get knocked down, stay there for a moment. Understand why you lost. What were the reasons? What mistakes did you make? If you don't figure that out, you're gonna lose again and again. Why do I push myself this hard? Why do I keep grinding even when it hurts? Because I refuse to give anything less than my best. And when you give everything you have, people will call you crazy. But obsession is the price of greatness. If you have a goal, a dream, a purpose, you need a plan. You need a strategy. Because the biggest obstacle you face is not the world, it's the story you tell yourself. Your beliefs about yourself will determine your entire future. And the problem, most people don't even know what they believe. They think they do, but they don't. They don't realize their potential because they've been telling themselves the wrong story for years.
Sometimes you need someone else to take you to a place within yourself that you can't reach alone. You need to see yourself through the eyes of someone who believes in you more than you believe in yourself. Because most people die with their talent still inside them, not because they weren't good enough, but because they never realized what they were capable of. Don't rest in the middle, rest at the end. Winners rest at the finish line and not halfway through.
You have to accept that every excuse you tell yourself is a lie, all of them. Think about the things you say to yourself. I don't have time, lie. I'm too tired, lie. I don't feel like it today, lie. Life does not reward people who wait for the perfect moment. It rewards people who show up, put in the work, and make things happen, no matter what. The equation is simple. What you put in equals what you get out. If you put in nothing, you get nothing. If you put in half effort, you get half results. If you give everything, you'll get everything in return. Most people have been conditioned not to take risks. They ask, what does it take to be happy? I tell them one word, progress. Because progress equals happiness. If you're growing, you're alive. If you're stagnant, you're dying. And when you're growing and giving, life is at its best. It's not about how much money you have, how many awards you win, or how many people admire you. It's about who you become in the process.
Human beings were designed to learn. And what's the fastest way to learn? Failure. as failure teaches you what success never could. If you want to grow, you have to stop seeing life only from your own perspective. You have to see beyond yourself, recognize that pain isn't an end, it's a beginning. And if you don't stop it, it won't stop you.
Every time you fail, every time you fall short, you have a choice. You can sit there and feel sorry for yourself, or you can get up and do the work. Because the results will never be there unless you put in the effort inch by inch, day by day. So I don't want you to hope that 2024 is your year. I don't want you to wish for success. I want you to eliminate hope from your vocabulary. Hope is passive. Hope is weak. Instead, say, I will do it. Everyone focuses on the outside world and all the things they can't control. But what do you have 100% control over? Your mind, your emotions, your actions. That's where the game is won. Master the inner game and you'll master the outer game. You want something? Take responsibility for it. Own it. Make it happen. Don't take rejection personally. Don't let obstacles discourage you. Keep going.
You don't quit just because you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You keep moving forward until you create the light yourself. So tell yourself this every single day. As long as I'm breathing, I still have a chance. Some days you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel beaten down. You're going to feel like quitting. But what do you do on those days? You show up anyway. Life is always testing you. It's always giving you an excuse to quit. It's always trying to break you. Your job, show up anyway. It's not over until I win. It's not over until I get through it. It's not over until I get over it. It's not over until I get what I want. And if I don't get it today, I'm coming back tomorrow.
That's how you have to think. That's how you have to move. You have to have courage. You have to have relentless determination. Because if you don't take responsibility for your success, who will? I go through the motions when I don't feel like working out. I get out of bed when I don't feel like getting up. Why? Because success isn't about what you feel like doing. It's about doing what needs to be done. Talent is great, but talent alone isn't enough. What separates those who win from those who lose? Discipline, fortitude, grit, self-esteem, self-worth, confidence. These are skills. And like any skill, they can be sharpened. If you develop these skills, if you build these habits, you will achieve things beyond your imagination. Not because you're the most talented, but because you refuse to quit.
You have to lose your fear of failure. Failure is a part of the process. People who never fail never try. You have to fail. You got to get it wrong to get it right. You learn nothing from winning. You only learn from your failures. Your mind has to be stronger than your feelings. Think about every poor decision you've made in your life. There was more emotion involved in it than there was logic. Every single one of them. Think about it. Your feelings keep you in bed. Your mind tells you to get up. I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept. If I'm gonna fall, I don't wanna fall back on anything. I wanna fall forward. If you don't have what you want, stop telling yourself the story that it's because you don't have the money or the time. That's bullshit. It's because you haven't committed yourself. If you want to take the island, burn your boats and you will take the island. Because when people have no choice but to succeed or die, they tend to succeed. Here's the truth. This is the reality. Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already made it. The work comes before the belief, which means you're going to have to work for a long time by yourself with no applause, no awards, nobody telling you good job. But once you start to build something, once people start to see the momentum, once they start to see results, then they'll start believing. And then you'll believe. And then you'll work even harder. More work, more results, more belief.
Nobody believes in you because you haven't done anything yet. That's the reality. We all live in this bubble, but if you want the life that God wants for you, you have to blow that bubble up. Expand yourself. Take yourself out of your comfort zone. Do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you're not even trying. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around you are the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential, the ghosts of the ideas you never acted on, the ghosts of the talents you didn't use. They are standing around your bedangry, disappointed and upset. They say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life." They say, "And now we have to go to the grave with you." So I ask you today, how many ghosts will be around your bed when your time comes? No matter how much emotion and feeling you may have, no matter how much hurt you may carry, life goes on. I can't stand in the past and bathe in what was wrong. If you want to make a change, you have to change your vision of who you are. You have to start telling yourself a different story, because the narrative you tell yourself is everything. If you keep telling yourself you're a scared, undereducated kid from a family that never accomplished anything, let me tell you what you will become. A scared, undereducated kid who never accomplishes anything. Because that's what you believe. You tell yourself that story enough and it becomes real.
But what if you flipped the script? What if you told yourself a new story? A story where you are a learner, a story where you learn faster than most people, where you work harder than most people, where you read more books, push yourself further, and dedicate yourself more than anyone else. 10 years of grinding while everybody else is partying and making excuses, that's what's gonna pay off. We all have our tests. God gives us tests to show how strong we really are. Tests we don't even see coming. Maybe losing our parents at a young age, maybe losing someone we love, maybe struggling for years with something we can't change. But what happens when you face adversity? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna let it break you? Are you gonna lay down and accept it? Or are you gonna fight through it? That's what life is about. Fighting adversity, overcoming it, rising above it. You have two choices. You can become bitter, angry at the world, believing life wasn't fair to you. Or you can choose to live fully.
Most of what you are trying to accomplish today is the same thing you were trying to accomplish 20 years ago. And you are still the same person. If you lose that little spark, the thing that once kept you motivated, that's what's going to hurt the most. One day you look in the mirror and you won't recognize yourself. You won't know who you are because you don't remember who you were. Somewhere along the way, maybe at 13 or 14, you let go of the kid inside of you, the kid who was fearless, the kid who believed in dreams, the kid who kept pushing forward no matter what. But as we grow up, we get embarrassed of that kid. We push them aside. We stop listening. And after years of ignoring them, after a decade of losing yourself, you wake up one day and you don't even know who you are anymore. You show up at your own doorstep and you don't recognize the person standing there. Your family doesn't recognize you. The people who once knew you, they don't see the real you anymore.
So no matter what happens, no matter what challenges come your way, never forget who you are.